The smallest number in the set is. What I like to do is convert them to decimals, and you can do that in your head pretty quick. Half is 0.5, 2 over 3 is approximately 0.67, a quarter is 0.25, 5 over 6 is about 0.83 probably, and 7 over 12 is 0.5 something, 5.8 maybe. And as you can clearly see, the smallest one is this guy, which is a quarter. So number 3, the answer is C. In the diagram, square PQRS is 3 by 3. Points T and U are on the side QR with QT equal to TU equal UR equal 1. Points V and W are on side RS with RV equal to VW equal to WS equals 1. Line segments TX and UY are perpendicular to QR, and line segments VY and WX are perpendicular to RS. The ratio of the shaded area to the unshaded area is. Well, I'm sure you know how to do this the long way, which is just figuring out the areas. I'll show you a quick way, which always helps since on math contests your time is limited. So, as you can see, what I did was I cut that into smaller squares, 9 of them. And all we have to do now is just count the number of shaded small squares and unshaded. So when they're asking for the ratio of the shaded area of the shaded region to the area of the unshaded region, area of the shaded region, well, it's this square, this square, this square, that, and that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shaded squares. The unshaded squares are these guys right here. There's 3 of those. And that's it, 6 to 3 or 2 to 1. So in a very quick way, you can figure out that. And number 10, therefore, is A. A box of fruit contains 20 apples, 10 oranges, and no other fruit. When a fruit is randomly chosen from the box, what is the probability that the fruit is an orange? Well, we have 20 apples and 10 oranges, and so the total number of fruit is 30, 20 plus 10, and we want to choose an orange. So there's 10 of those, and that's the probability, 10 over 30. In lowest terms, of course, that's going to be 1 over 3. So number 7, the answer is D. The value of 36 minus 12 over 12 minus 4 is 36 minus 12 over 12 minus 4. 36 minus 12 is 24. 12 minus 4 is 8. And therefore, 24 divided by 8 is 3. So number 1, the answer is E. The average of an eighth and a sixth. You take the two numbers, you add them, and divide by 2. So that's going to be common denominator, 6, 6, 8, 8. So that's what? 6 plus 8 over 48. Invert and multiply 1/2. So that's 14 over 48 times 1/2. And that becomes 7 over 48. Number 9, the answer is E. A rectangle is divided into 2 vertical strips of equal width. The strip on the left is divided into 3 equal parts, and the strip on the right is divided into 4 equal parts. Parts of the rectangle are then shaded as shown. What fraction of the original rectangle is shaded? So instead of using x's and y's and all that, I'm just going to use numbers. This makes it easy. And I'll use a number that is going to divide evenly by 3, by 4, by 12, whatever, by 2. So I'm going to say that the total area of this entire shape is 24. So let's go back to the question. They divided into 2 equal vertical strips. So this vertical strip is equal in area to this vertical strip. So that means both of those have an area of 12. Okay, these are the areas of those vertical strips, 12 and 12. 12 for this guy and 12 for that guy. Now, in this first one, they divided into 3 equal sections. So each of those will obviously have 4 divided by 3 as an area, which is 4. So this is 4, this is 4, this is 4. This one, they divide into 4 equal sections. And if you do that, each of them will be 12 divided by 4, which is 3. 3, 3, 3, 3. So now we just have to count. The fraction of the original rectangle that is shaded, well, it's this plus this plus this plus this. That's the shaded parts. So that's going to be 4 plus 4, 8 plus 3 plus 3. 8 plus 6, 14. And we have to divide by the total, which is 24. And that's the answer to the question. Of course, they're going to lower it to lowest terms, 7 over 12. And that would make number 8, choice E. Ahmed is going to the store. 1/4 of the way to the store, he stops to talk with Key. And then he continues for 12 kilometers and reaches the store. How many kilometers does he travel altogether? 1/4 represents from the start to when he meets Key, and therefore the other part would be 3/4 from Key to the store. So 3/4 of the total distance, which I will call D, is represented by 12 kilometers. So this is the equation we have to solve. So D is therefore 12 times 4 divided by 3, and that is 48 over 3, which is 16. So the total distance is 16, and therefore number 4, the answer is B. 1/2 plus 1/4 plus 1/8 is equal to, get a common denominator, so this is going to be top and bottom multiplied by 2, here top and bottom multiplied by 4. So it becomes 4 plus 2 plus 1 all over 8, and that is 7 over 8. So number 3, the answer is D. A 6-sided die has numbers 1 to 6 on its sides. What is the probability of rolling a 5? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are the numbers. And of these 6 numbers, you want to roll a 5. So in any probability question, it's usually a fraction. And the bottom number, the denominator, will be the total. In this case, there's 6 numbers, so the total is 6. 6 possible choices. The numerator, what goes in the top, is the specific condition. Our specific condition is that we want to roll a 5. How many 5s are there? Well, there's only one 5, so 1 goes here. 1 over 6 is the answer. So number 2, that would be B. Matilda and Ellie divide a white wall in their bedroom in half, each taking half of the wall. Matilda paints half of her section red. Ellie paints 1/3 of her section red. The fraction of the entire wall that is painted red is. So here's a wall, and the first thing we're going to do is divide it in half. So approximately here. And then of this wall, of this, I guess, diagram, we have Matilda and Ellie that have each of those sections. So Matilda paints half of her section red, so she's going to paint half of it red. And then Ellie paints 1/3, so approximately this much. So basically this is red, that's a half of her section and 1/3 of her section. So this is basically a half of a half, which is 1/4. This is 1/3 of her half, so 1/3 times a half, which is 1/6. So now we have to add this and this. So 1/4 plus 1/6, 6, 6, 4, 4, 6 plus 4, 10 over 24, which is 5 over 12. So 5 over 12 is the answer to number 10. That would be A.